What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about here on a daily basis. In this video, I want to talk about a $1,400 stimulus check and delivery dates for Social Security, SSI, SSDI, VA, RRB survivors. This is one of the most frequent questions I get. When will the next stimulus check be coming? I get this question all the time, and I want to address that here in this video because literally I see this question here all the time because of how bad inflation is, how bad food prices are, gas prices, and pretty much the Fed continuing to raise interest rates. So we will be addressing that here in this video. So we'll be going over that here in this video on the federal level for potential stimulus checks here and on the state level here. If you've been watching my channel, you know that about 33 or more state stimulus checks have been going out here this year and will be more almost certainly next year as well. So we'll go over the details of that in this video. And I also wanted to tell you guys here about this. Inflation is killer right now, and I know a lot of people are cutting back on groceries, going out to eat, cutting back on driving, and simply saving anywhere they can. Which is why I want to tell you guys today about the Upside app, which viewers of my channel already love. Upside is an app for anybody who buys gas, goes out to eat, buys groceries, and a whole lot more. When you use the Upside app, you get cash back for buying the essentials and things you're already going to buy. So it's really awesome. So you basically won't have to cut back because you'll be getting paid for the things you already buy. Using Upside is super easy. Simply claim an offer for whatever you're buying on the Upside app. Check in at the business, pay as usual with your credit or debit card, and get paid. Plus, with Upside, you can earn up to 3 times more cash rewards than with credit card reward programs or other reward programs. And you can cash out your rewards anytime to PayPal, your bank account, or e-gift cards to Amazon or to other stores. For me, I love using Upside when I go to get gas and groceries because it's stuff we're going to buy anyways. So download Upside in the App Store or Google Play Store right now with the link in the pinned comment or the description down below and get $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more. So go check it out right now. Okay, so now let's talk about stimulus checks. The most common question I get here recently is when will we be receiving more stimulus checks? Well, honestly, we have been on the state level. We've been receiving, there has been at least 33 different states that have been sending out state stimulus checks or inflation relief checks, property tax relief checks, extra state stimulus checks here this year. There's been at least 33 to about 35 different state stimulus checks here this year. Okay, so that has been a really big help for at least 100 million people or more. I mean, California's state stimulus check that are still going out here right now of up to $1,050. California state stimulus checks, those go out to 23 million people alone. Those are going to continue to go out here through the rest of the year and even partially into 2023. Some debit cards are even going out here. They're mailing some out here right now, depending on your last name. This is just one of the 33 to 35 states here going on right now. But let's talk about a federal stimulus check. When we look at the first 3 federal stimulus checks, they were due to the pandemic, the virus. Okay. Things are kind of different right now. Even though the virus is still around, people are still catching it, people are still dying, and the pandemic, the emergency status of the pandemic is actually still there, and actually the federal government has the emergency status of the pandemic. That's not the most likely reason why we might see more stimulus measures. Now, there is actually still millions of people receiving stimulus benefits because of the pandemic, mostly right now through Medicaid and through extra SNAP benefits. So I'll show you right here on the screen. Like you can see right here, extra SNAP emergency allotments because of the virus still going on here every single month as long as they declare that the pandemic is still going on. You can see here for November, and it will be for December here as well. Look at all these states that are actually sending out extra money because of the pandemic. So all these states right here are actually sending out an extra $95 per month per family for SNAP benefits or food stamp benefits. So, if you're from one of these states and you qualify for SNAP, you can get up to an extra $95 per month because of the pandemic, because of the virus. This is a lot. I mean, look at all these states: Alabama, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Washington, D.C., District of Columbia, Guam, a U.S. territory, Hawaii, Illinois, Kansas, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, New Mexico, North Carolina, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, the U.S. Virgin Islands, Washington, West Virginia, and Wisconsin. There actually couldn't be more here added here as well. This is more than half of the states here that are giving extra SNAP benefits of $95 per month on top of your normal SNAP benefits because of the pandemic. Okay. Also, there are millions of people on Medicaid that aren't supposed to really be on Medicaid, that really don't qualify for it, that will probably be kicked off Medicaid. This is not for people that rightfully qualify for Medicaid, but for people that applied for Medicaid during the pandemic here, and states aren't allowed to kick them off if they don't truly qualify. Okay, so they're getting extra benefits there as well. There's several different things that are going on here right now because of the pandemic still being on here. But the most likely reason for the next stimulus check is the main reason that states are sending out stimulus checks or inflation relief checks right now is inflation. Yeah, that's right, inflation. So inflation is at a 40-plus-year high, and it's really, really bad. In fact, inflation is hitting the lowest and middle-low income people the hardest. We just seen the fourth highest Social Security raise ever of 8.7%. And the problem here is that it food, for example, food inflation is actually over 13%. Unbelievable, unbelievable, right? And see, the states are recognizing this. I mean, when we have like 2/3 or more of the states saying, "Oh my goodness, we have to actually help out our people." And remember that all the states that are sending out these state stimulus checks, these inflation relief checks, property tax rebate checks, and are all doing what they can. Some states had a little bit of a tussle or a disagreement between Republicans and Democrats before the midterm elections, even on the state level, like Pennsylvania was one of them. For example, here, Pennsylvania Governor Wolf pushing for $2,000 stimulus checks multiple different times using the American Rescue Plan Act money, saying, quote, Pennsylvanians should not have to choose between paying for utilities or groceries, childcare or gas. We have the opportunity and the means to ensure they're not struggling to ensure their success, Governor Wolf said. This just one particular scenario going on in Pennsylvania, but really these type of scenarios going on in a lot of states. Well, remember that every single state got billions and billions of dollars from the third stimulus check package. Not a single state that I know of has spent all that money. In addition to that, all the states are running budget surpluses here as well. So really, there's state stimulus checks going out here for that reason, and they're giving money back. Governor Tom Wolf from Pennsylvania, for example, he couldn't be reelected again. He was term limited. A new Democratic governor is in there, but the Republicans from the state side said, well, we kind of want to wait till the midterms were over. We don't want to do this before the midterms. So now that the midterms are over, a lot of the political reasons are kind of gone because a lot of politics are like, yeah, we don't want to pass something like this right before a major election. So now that major elections, the midterms, are kind of gone, there's really now like a full 2-year period. Now that the midterm elections is over, a lot of the political games is over with, and states and federal government can say, because really there was a lot of political posturing for months, even saying, well, we don't want to pass this, we don't want to pass that before the midterm elections. So now they really don't have that excuse anymore. And when you look at what is happening right now with the economy is crumbling really fast right now. Amazon and Walmart's really the two largest employers in the United States right now. Amazon begins layoffs of up to 10,000 jobs, blames uncertain economy. Yeah, they're going to lay off 10,000 people. Then they also said, Amazon CEO says that layoffs will continue into next year as well. Because again, they're saying it's because of the economy. People just aren't spending money like they used to, aka the economy is bad. Same thing going on over at Facebook, or the parent company now called Meta. Facebook laying off over 11,000 employees. And we're starting to see this on major companies that employ tens of thousands of people or hundreds of thousands of people all over the place. People are starting to get laid off everywhere because the economy is starting to crumble. And, well, when the economy starts to crumble, literally, that's the whole part of stimulus checks. We've seen stimulus checks back in 2001, 2008 to stimulate the economy. And part of the reason of this is because, well, the Fed is just completely destroying the economy right now with raising interest rates. Raising these interest rates is completely just crushing people. Remember that every time they raise interest rates, it hurts the low and middle income people the most. It raises the interest rates on your credit cards. Credit card interest rates right now are at the highest they have ever been. It makes mortgage rates go higher. They're more than double what they were at the beginning of the year when they were 3% or below. Now they're over 7%. It makes car rates go higher. Car rates are literally just sky high. Car prices are falling tremendously, but unless you're going to buy a car in cash, the car price that you pay, the monthly payment, is much more because you have to pay interest on it. Whether you're leasing it or buying it and paying a monthly payment, well, it's just more expensive because of the interest rate. Yeah, and this is the exact reason why we're seeing all these states and really the federal government provide help to Americans. Remember, this is actually the reason why President Biden did his executive order for student loan forgiveness, which would actually help out over 40 million Americans and completely wipe out their debt for student loan forgiveness of $10,000 to $20,000 of 20 million Americans, wipe their debt down to zero, because it was basically a stimulus check that they could pass without Congress. Whether you're Republican or Democrat, it was really for low and middle income people, just a way to send out a stimulus check and bypass Congress. Now it's held up in the courts right now, but actually right now, 200,000 student loan borrowers were just granted $6 billion in debt relief in a separate matter, not the student loan forgiveness that everybody knows about that's going to probably go to the Supreme Court after a federal judge just approved a settlement with a lawsuit that goes all the way back from former President Donald Trump's days that's been going on for quite a while here. $6 billion in debt relief for 200,000 Americans. So there's actually a lot of different things going on here right now. And new stimulus checks are definitely possible because they are going on here in 33 or more different states. In fact, there's a bunch of new states that could be coming out with brand new checks. For example, here, Mississippi plans income tax completely elimination coming here in the future. Also, Alabama plans a temporary rebate, aka check, coming here in the future as well, that I will keep you up to date on. Also, millions of South Carolinians are receiving a one-time income tax rebate checks up to $800 that are going out right now, according to the State Department of Revenue. Up to $800 checks going out right now to millions of people in South Carolina. And the state of Massachusetts began refunding $3 billion, or sending out $3 billion to their residents here as well. So if the economy is getting this bad and all these states are sending out this amount of money, billions and billions of dollars, it's surely possible for the federal government to do this here as well. So let me know your thoughts here in the comments, especially with all these states doing this here. We've never seen this done on this level from states. So we've only seen it from the federal government really on this scale. So to think that it's not possible from the federal government to happen again is really absurd, because we're seeing more and more and more states send these out literally as the months go on. So let me know your thoughts here in the comments, and I will keep you up to date here with everything going on here in our country on a daily basis. Also, we are giving away thousands of dollars here to our viewers here on this channel. If you can guess trivia questions that we do here on a daily basis. So make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. Make sure to click the subscribe button down below and click the bell icon after you subscribe. New trivia questions happen here on a daily basis. New videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So don't miss out on new videos, and you just might win money directly from me. Also, remember here to like and share these videos. And don't forget to check out Upside down below in the pinned comment. You can click here to watch my newest video next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.